automatic is slightly different from the manual, so I may have to adjust on the fly. So with A, we're going to do the front of the vehicle, and then we're going to pop the hood open. Okay? So, my air damper, it is not bent, broken, or damaged, and is firmly secured to the vehicle. My marker lights are clear, clean, they're not cracked, and they are firmly attached to the vehicle. They are amber in color because they are facing the front. The three in the middle indicate that this vehicle is 80 inches in width or wider. For my marker lights, I'll drop down to my windshield. My windshield is clean, clear. It is not cracked. It is also firmly attached to the vehicle. My mirror mounts are not bent, broken, or damaged. They are firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. For my mirror mounts, I go to my hood. My hood is not bent, broken, or damaged.
Windshield wipers.
Thank you. It's firmly attached to the vehicle. And from my windshield, I should have went straight to my windshield wipers. My windshield wipers are not bent, broken, or damaged. They're firmly attached to the vehicle with the rubber pieces in place. From there, I would go to my hood. Then I would go to my grille. My grille is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is fully securely attached to the vehicle. There's nothing obstructing airflow to my engine. For my grille, I will go to my headlights. My headlights are clear, clean, not cracked, firmly attached to the vehicle. My headlights perform 5 functions: high beams, low beams, emergency flashers, turn signals, and marker lights. From there, I go to my bumper. My bumper is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle, no illegal welds. From there, I will go to my fog lights. My fog lights are clear, clean, not cracked, and it is firmly attached to my vehicle. So that's the front. Before I move to my engine, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to look underneath my vehicle. What I'm looking for are any leaks. I should see no leaks. The only thing that I should see possibly is water for my air conditioning unit. Also, I'm looking to see if my vehicle is leaning to the left or to the right. Mine is not, so we're good. But if it was leaning, that could indicate one of 3 problems. I could have an inflation problem with one of my tires. I could have a suspension problem, or there could be a problem with my load causing the vehicle to lean to one side or the other. Okay, so if I'm comfortable with that, then I'll come on back. And I'm looking for the exhaust, and on here it is on this
It's in the same place.
So, my exhaust is not bent, broken, or damaged. And just a slight pause, if you'll notice, whenever I'm talking about metal, I say bent, broken, not bent, broken, or damaged. Whenever I'm talking about anything that's glass, I'll say it is clean, clear, not cracked. And if I'm talking about wires or rubber, I'll say it's not cut, torn, or frayed. So again, my exhaust is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. I'm looking for any soot or hanging wires that might indicate I have a problem. My heat shield is not bent, broken, or damaged, and it is fully attached to the exhaust. I'm gonna see if
No illegal welds.
no illegal welds. I'm looking for a pointer. I don't know if Courtney has one in his vehicle. I think he does.
Nah.
Okay. So after I've done that, then I will go to the engine. Courtney, you don't have a pointer, do you? You don't have a pointer? You have a pointer?
Block my view.
So once we get our hood open, since we left off with our exhaust, we're going to continue with the exhaust. So our exhaust is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. Again, I'm looking for any soot or hanging wires that might indicate that I have a problem. From here, I'm going to go to my heat shield. My heat shields are not bent, broken, or damaged. Firmly secured to the vehicle. No illegal welds. Okay. On this vehicle here, we've got some fluids on this side, so I'm going to hit my fluids, and then I'm going to go over there and continue with my fluids. So my washer fluid is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. My cap is in place, and you'll see that I'm at operational level. My coolant is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. And you'll see my cap is in place, and you'll see that I'm at operational level. And that's it for this side of the vehicle. We'll move to the other side. Continuing with our fluids, we've got our oil. Our oil is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. If I was, and my rubber cap is in place, if I was to pull this dipstick out, you would see that our oil level is at operational level. My power steering is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle, and we're at operational level. So we're through with our fluids. Our air blower.
On the fluids not leaking.
Right. Anytime anything that has any kind of liquids flowing through it or any air flowing through it, always say that they're not leaking. Our air blower is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is fully attached to the vehicle, and there is nothing obstructing airflow. Okay, now we're going to move to our wires and our hoses. Our wires are not cut, torn, or frayed. They're firmly attached to the vehicle, and there's no leaks. My hoses are not cut, torn, or frayed. They're firmly attached to the vehicle, and no leaks also. From here, we're going to go to our major engine components. Our engine is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is fully attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. The rear of our engine, we have our air compressor. Our air compressor is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is fully attached to the vehicle, and it is gear driven. As we move to the front of the vehicle, we have our alternator, which is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle, and we also have our water pump. Our water pump is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. These items are driven by a one belt system, and the belt is not cut, torn, or frayed. I should have no more than 3/4 of an inch play in this belt. We've hit our major engine components. Now we're going to move to our steering. We have our steering shaft. Our steering shaft or steering arm is not bent, broken, or damaged. No illegal welds, and it is firmly attached to the vehicle. From here, we go to our knuckles. We have one here. We also have one at the top. It's not bent, broken, or damaged. Firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. From our steering knuckles, we move to our steering gearbox. It is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. From our steering gearbox, we have our pitman arm. Our pitman arm is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. With our crown nut and cotter key in place. From here, we have our drag link. Our drag link is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. From our drag link, we have our upper and lower steering arm. They are not bent, broken, or damaged. They are firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. And last but not least, for our steering, we have our shock absorber. We have our shock mount at the top of our shock absorber, which is not...
That's suspension. No steering, right?
So thank you. So after our drag link, thank you, Michael, we have our drag link, which is attached to our upper and lower steering arm. They're not bent, broken, or damaged. And the last item on steering is our tie rod. It's that long piece back here that connects
To the other side.
the other side. So that is not bent, broken, or damaged. The tie rod is not bent, broken, or damaged. Not been broken or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. And that does it for steering. Now we're going to move to suspension. So for suspension, we have our frame. Our frame is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. From our frame, we have our leaf spring hanger. Our leaf spring hanger is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. From our leaf spring hanger, we have our bushings. Our bushings are not bent, broken, or damaged, and are firmly attached to the vehicle. From our bushings, we have our leaf spring. Our leaf spring is not bent, broken, or damaged, firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. From our leaf spring, we have our U-joints. U-joints. Our U-joints are not bent, broken, or damaged. They are firmly attached to the axle and no illegal welds. Then we have our axle. Our axle is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. And then the last part of our suspension, we go to our shock absorber. First, our shock mount at the very top is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. And then our shock or shock absorber is not bent, broken, or damaged. Firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. And that is it for our suspension. So we went from steering to suspension. Now we're going to brakes. Our brake lines or hoses. Our brake lines are not bent, broken, or damaged. Hoses are not cut, torn, or frayed, and they're securely attached to the vehicle. Our brake chamber. Our brake chamber is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. Our push rod. Our push rod is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. And then we have our slack adjuster. Our slack adjuster is not bent, broken, or damaged, firmly attached to the vehicle. With our brakes released, we should not have more than 1 inch of play in our slack adjuster. Okay? Continue with brakes. We have our S-cam, which is not bent, broken, or damaged, firmly attached to the vehicle. From the S-cam, we go to the brake shoes. We have our brake shoes are not bent, broken, or damaged, firmly attached to the vehicle. From there, we go to our brake lining. Our brake lining is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle. If our brake lining is worn excessively thin, we have to take it in immediately and get it repaired. From our brake lining, we go to our brake drums. Our brake drums are not bent, broken, or damaged. They're firmly attached to the vehicle. No illegal welds. We should not have more than 1 inch of heat-related stress cracks in our brake drums. And that is it for the brake system. After our braking system, we go to our wheels. We have our inner rim. Our inner rim is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is fully secured to the vehicle. No illegal welds. Then we go to our inner tire. Our inner tire is not cut, torn, or frayed. No leaks. It's firmly attached to the vehicle. the top of our tire. Top of our tire is not cut, torn, or frayed, firmly attached to the vehicle, no leaks. Our tread depth, since it is a steering tire, should be no less than 430 seconds. Our tire pressure is between 80 psi and 110 psi. Our outer tire is not cut, torn, or frayed. We have no leaks and is firmly attached to our vehicle.
You said it cannot be returned.
Yeah, retread.
Also, with it being 430 seconds, the steering tire cannot be retread or recapped. Thank you very much. And so our outer tire cannot be cut. It is not cut, torn, or frayed, firmly attached to the vehicle, and we have no leaks. Then we come to our outer rim. Our outer rim is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle, no illegal wells. Then we go to our hubcaps. They are not bent, broken, or damaged, firmly attached to the vehicle, no illegal wells. And I'm looking for any rust or shavings that might indicate that I have a problem. My valve stem. My valve stem is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle, and it is not leaking. Okay? My hub seal is not bent, broken, or damaged. It is firmly attached to the vehicle, and if I was to take this cap off and look at my oil level in here, you would see that it is at operational level. And that, gentleman, is A. Any questions?
Nope.
Seems like a lot, but if you can remember, with your metals, they're not bent, broken, or damaged. If it's a long piece of metal, like this drag link, or your frame, or your leaf springs, or your outer rim or inner rim, you're going to say no illegal wells. That means that someone didn't put something on there that it's not supposed to be. If you've got your wires or your hoses, anything that's rubber, you're going to say cut, torn, not cut, not torn, or frayed. And with your anything that is glass, you're going to say it's clean, clear, not cracked. After you say any of those, after you say bent, broken, or damaged, or clean, clear, not cracked, you should always follow up with is securely attached to the vehicle. So you'll say that securely attached to the vehicle. If you need to say no illegal wells, you'll say no illegal wells. And then there are certain things where you have to add something extra, like on the slack adjusters. You know, with brakes release, you cannot have more than 1 inch play. So you'll learn those as you go through. The only other thing I might add is your system doesn't have to be exactly like I did it, but if you will keep things in groups, like if you notice when I hit steering, I stayed with the steering. I didn't go from steering and jump to something. I hit everything in steering. When I hit the suspension, I stayed with everything that was in suspension, and I didn't move on. Same thing with brakes. So if you keep things in groups, and then even the order, I went from steering to suspension to brakes, then wheels. And you can change that if you want to, but whatever you decide to do, if you practice it and keep it in that same order, it should help. That's pretty much it.
And